Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, and we're back for some more indie gaming action here today. Taking a look at a puzzle game made by Max Krieger called Crossniq. And, much like the name would imply, it's a game all about making crosses on the screen using multiple colored boxes as fast as you can before the time runs out. It's kind of like pattern matching, but a lot more simplistic. You just gotta figure out which box you have enough of, color-wise, in order to make a cross somewhere on the screen, and it can be pretty much anywhere. It can be in the corner, it can be in the side, it can be in the middle, and as long as you make some sort of cross-shaped thing within the amount of time given, you will get some experience to go up to the next level, and your timer will reset. And so far, I've pretty much enjoyed this game. It's a nice puzzle game that you can kind of just zone out, look for different colored blocks, and try to just get them faster and faster and quicker as the game starts to add more complexity and more things that you need to worry about as time goes on. And that isn't to say that this is a particularly simple game. I mean, it's not world-shatteringly hard, but you have different colored blocks that you have to worry about, so you have to kind of judge really quickly, like, do I have enough yellow blocks in order to make the shape that I need, or do I have to go with gray blocks, or greenish kind of blue-teal blocks? And then as you get deeper into the game, as the levels go higher and higher, the time doesn't really speed up horrendously as you get further in the game, which I appreciate. A lot of games like this, they really throw time at you as the primary factor to be concerned with, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but they typically wind things up a lot faster than I'm comfortable with. But I can safely say that Crossniq has a good cross-section between complexity, leveling up and getting more complex as the levels move on, and also worrying about the timer on the right side of the screen. As far as complexity goes, like I was saying before, you have to worry about the three major colors for the levels that I was doing, but it looks like, A, the arena can get much larger, so you have to worry about a higher volume of blocks than you did before, and it looks like you also have to deal with not even just the little effectors that I ran into, but some crazier, loopier stuff as you go deeper and deeper into the game. For starters, as I got further in the game, you start getting these little padlocks. And the padlocks mean that you can't just move that line infinitely one way until you figure out some sort of combination, because the padlocks can't go off the screen. So if you... normally when you move blocks, they'll just wrap around the screen, like, say, how your character in Pac-Man will just go off one end of the screen and enter on the other end of the screen. There's a wraparound effect going on. But with the padlocks, they prevent you from moving off screen. So you gotta worry about those. Sometimes you end up with an X on a line, which means you can't move that line at all. And then, you know, for the more completionist savvy out there, you also have the ability to get some stars to boost your score and get through levels a little bit quicker. So there's a fair amount of stuff going on with a fairly simple concept. Just make a cross-shaped icon somewhere on the screen. And it's a good combination. I think this makes for an excellent puzzle game. And for those of you who might not be sure that you're ready to just jump into some random puzzle game because you might have a difficulty with the logic, or you just need something to help you wet your toes, you actually have a tutorial in the game that's more than just the computer voicelessly saying, hey, do this, this, and this. No, they've actually built in a custom little character, Monatan, or Monatan, who is a lady computer robot person who is more than happy to show you the way that Crossniq works so that you don't feel quite so overwhelmed. So it's got a combination of a good puzzle game and just a little smidgen of a character and story involved when you play through the tutorial that helps you figure out where you need to be. And it's all for the low, low price of absolutely free, unless of course you want to throw them some money. You can pay what you wish for this game. And I would say this game's worth money, and I would definitely encourage the team who made this to port this over, hopefully, to something mobile, because I think that's where this game would really come into its own. And that's a place where you can really get really deep. People are really interested in puzzle games there. And the controls for this game, where you just click and drag like a specific block to get it to move across the screen, I think that translates over to mobile extremely well, and this would be a welcome addition. That said, I did find it was a little hinky not to play the web version. I was never able to get the standalone version to play correctly on my PC. No matter what I plugged into it, it would not detect any of the inputs that I did. That said, the web version loads up quickly, it plays really smoothly, it's got a credits screen, it's got ramping up levels. I think it's a really strong package, so hopefully the team behind this keeps up the good work and potentially ports this over to new endeavors. And otherwise, I'll put a link in the video description below where you can grab this for yourselves. And until next time, I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and maybe throw these folks a couple bucks if you like the game. And I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.